Artistic license is a wonderful thing. It can create whole new worlds beyond our wildest imaginations, bring amazing creatures to life, and put Mark Hamill in a dress with a laser stick and create a cultural revolution. However, it doesn't stop us feeling equal parts smug and pissed off when directors begin playing fast and loose with the laws of physics. Sometimes we want the science in science fiction, goddammit. Once you spot mistakes, the skeptic's mindset is very difficult to shake. Before you know it, you've grown a neckbeard and a fedora and live for film mistakes you can painfully draw scientific anomalies out of. If you're not careful, you might even find yourself issuing a snort or two of disbelief. This, unfortunately, means you're a dickhead, but at least you're a scientifically accurate dickhead. So, pull on your cynical pants and get ready to crap all over some poor director's artistic vision, because I'm Ash from What Culture, and these are the 10 things that happen in movies that are scientifically improbable. 10. Grappling hook magic. Imagine this. Your hero is falling from the top of a particularly tall building. Noticing the drop below, it's time for a grappling hook to come to their rescue. They grab it from their backpack, give it a good old charge, and shoot it to attach to the nearest grippable surface. Instantaneously, their arms are ripped from their sockets and they fall screaming and bloody to their death 50 stories below. Ouch. This is because the terminal velocity of a human is about 120 miles per hour. Now, I don't know about you, but if someone tied my wrists to the back of a car and set off at 120 miles per hour, I'd expect them to come off pretty sharpish. The notable offenders are hook-wielding badasses Batman and James Bond, and that bit in Mulan where she manages to winch 2 adults and a horse up a cliff with 1 rope. 9. Remove the bullet. Bullets get very hot when they're shot and are pretty much sterile by the time they enter the body. And in the same way you shouldn't pull anything out that someone has managed to impale themselves on, ferreting around in someone's abdomen will strangely do more harm than good. You'll probably want to remove it eventually to stop it burrowing into anything vital over the next 20 years, but it's not a middle of the battlefield, any dirty tool will do kind of priority. Seriously, wash your hands before you fiddle with someone's gunshot wound. It's only polite. The Bourne Identity and Inglourious Basterds are just 2 of the ones to make it onto the naughty list for this one. 8. Avoid the asteroid. The common sci-fi sight of a nimble spacecraft dodging its way through a densely packed asteroid belt is a result of filmmakers' failure to grasp the idea that space is pretty big. Plus, it looks pretty cool and whizzy, to be honest. The average distance between asteroids is about 600,000 miles, so in the unlikely event that you come across one on your space adventures, you'll have plenty of time to dodge. That being said, films like Star Trek, Star Wars, Stargate SG-1, and just, well, anything with star in the name or set in space really, would be far less interesting without a good belt dodging sequence. So this one is a particularly picky gripe. 7. Use your brain. Feel a bit bad about this one, as pretty much everyone and their mums has had a go at Lucy for the whole "we only use 10% of our brains" thing. But you would think, in this age of snarky list articles, that you'd do a quick Google search before basing your entire premise on one fact. We do actually use 100% of our brains at any given time. As what else would a big scrotum-looking blob inside your skull be useful for if only a portion of it was accessible? Whilst Lucy is the big offender, Limitless also bases itself on a smart pill that unlocks your psyche and throws you headfirst into the Matrix with some badass number crunching. Fucking nerds. 6. The robot uprising. Think about it. How is a Roomba going to start a robot uprising? It's small, light, and puntable up to 300 meters with a swift kick to the undercarriage, and you can even use it as a girthy frisbee should that prove difficult. The Roombas are never going to get the best of us, as they are designed to suck and suck only. So why the hell do all these film robots come with futuristic karate chop arms and a corrosive murder chip? Making robot underlings capable of running at 80 miles an hour, crushing steel girders with one hand, and strong enough to kick a man's jaw clean off when they're designed to fold the washing might be #bants, but they can't complain when their fully sentient AIs want a life of their own. Seriously, robot engineers of the future take note from films like I, Robot, but Bot 9000 can manage without the spinning blade function. 5. Cool guys don't look at explosions, because they don't happen. Let's go through this one more time. Cars don't explode when you shoot them. They may not like it very much, but exploding isn't the reaction you should expect if you start popping off at your petrol tank. You should probably sit in a quiet place and have a think to yourself for a while though, if that's how you spend your time. If, and only if, the bullet is of sufficient caliber, made of a material that will spark when it strikes the specific metal of the canister, and the canister itself is highly pressurized, you have a remote chance of it igniting. But still, probably not. Someone needs to update James Bond, Jaws, and Mission Impossible before they make themselves look like pillocks. Oh, Wait, it's too late. 4. Alien LEMSIP. The idea that the common cold will kill an alien comes from the fact that when humans began to explore the globe, they were struck down by diseases that they hadn't had the chance to build up an immunity to, which is fair enough really, but there's a little more to it when it comes to interplanetary beings. The part that isn't taken into consideration in movies is that this is because we were at least contracting them from our own species. An immune system that develops on another world is likely to be as compatible with human viruses as their computers are with Earth malware. Unfortunately, that renders War of the Worlds a little defunct logically. 3. My spidey senses are allergies. Yeah, the whole being bitten and suddenly being able to shoot webs thing is probably a bigger fish to fry. But the idea that this twisted genetic experiment wouldn't be kept in a sealed unit in the bowels of a research centre where it is mandatory to wear full protective gear is what kicked the whole thing off in the first place. Having tours of the building isn't a likely practice for somewhere with dodgy ethics either. Spider-Man is obviously getting some side-eye here, but you could probably argue the same for any sort of modern-day werewolf film, as well as a slew of other superhero origins with various other animals. Also, every zombie film ever. Lock your shit up, guys. 2. Cigarettes and gasoline. Whilst it's not a super awesome idea to go around exposing petrol to naked flames, the common movie trope of nonchalantly tossing your cigarette butt into a convenient trail of petroleum would more likely result in a total anticlimax and a waste of a cigarette. Cigarettes only get hot enough to light petrol when they're actually in the process of being smoked. And even then it's a stretch, so dobbing your cast-offs into a puddle of fuel is just going to create more of a mess to clean up later. If you're said hero in a movie like The Guilty Die Hard, all it's going to do is enrage your enemies further by not only trying to blow them up, but with your littering. Didn't you learn anything in school? Reduce, reuse, recycle, guys. The 3 R's. 1. Jurassic LARK. This is a specific one, but f*** it. There's a myriad of scientific f***ups in Jurassic Park, but the premise itself relies on DNA being spliced with amphibians, when dinosaurs are actually related to birds. Even if they somehow manage to pull the miracle of drawing DNA out of a type of mosquito that doesn't suck blood, and I mean literally the only species that doesn't, the percentage of oxygen in Earth's atmosphere is about half of what it was when dinosaurs roamed Earth, meaning the resulting dinos probably wouldn't have grown much bigger than a horse, which to be honest sounds pretty cute. I mean, I'd watch it. And that's our list. What really gets under your skin when it comes to movie science? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Make sure to subscribe to the What Culture YouTube channel for more lists like this, and don't forget to visit whatculture.com for daily news and articles. I've been Ash and this has been What Culture. Thanks for watching.